So welcome to Strange Paths, a podcast where we look at choose-your-own-adventure style stories. We're your hosts. I'm Paul.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Megan. And an empty shell. This week, I'm reading my new story. That is, I'm just now realizing I'm still creatively titled Bird Story.
Ooh.
All right, bird story.
Do you want to stick with that title, or do you want to try and come up with one on the spot?
Bird Story.
Bird Story.
Dig into my guts. All right.
I mean, it's hard to go wrong with a classic.
Yeah.
It's straight to the point. You know what it's about.
Right.
Well, this isn't.
Although if there are no birds, I don't know.
It's about
shut it down.
Flipping the bird.
Right.
Guess we'll just have to find out. All right, so let's dive right into this robotics story.
Can't wait.
Okay, here we go. You guys ready, or are you scared? I didn't write a warning.
I'm scared.
I'll just warn you.
Okay.
Parts of this are very scary. Yeah.
But which parts?
Yeah, well,
How will
I
I
know beforehand.
know?
Well, we can debate that at the end.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Bird story. You stare down over your area, waiting for the day's activities to begin. It's a beautiful sunny morning, and you have high hopes that you'll get to do all of your favorite things, like flit on the breeze and catch the sun on your feathers in an attractive way, and find some ultra-premium seed or crumbs, and get into an air battle with a beetle and totally dominate. At present, you're sitting on a telephone line directly above the red-faced man's car, concentrating hard. You finally relax and look below, and are pleased to see that you've achieved the exact abstract expressionist pattern you had in mind when you woke up this morning. All of those gray-black smears on the bright red car really capture something special about this life, you think proudly. You don't want to assign too much meaning to it at present. You want to leave that to your audience, who you see is rapidly approaching. As usual, Red-Faced Man is striding purposefully towards the car, and you brace yourself. You aren't sure how you could possibly have outdone yourself after yesterday's masterpiece, which conveyed a sense of despair and loneliness to the man, as was shown in his groans and hunched shoulders after the viewing. He sees it from afar and rushes over. He screams into the dawn and pounds his fists on the car. Rage, you think excitedly. I've done a fantastic job. Suddenly, Red-Faced Man throws an old milk carton at you. You fly up just in time, and he screams wildly in your direction. Then he gets a towel and a hose and goes about cleaning your canvas for tomorrow's work. A very promising start to the day indeed, you think happily, and flit over to the long-bearded, pointy-hat man's yard to seek out some good seed.
You know, a lot of that... Sorry. So, a lot of that makes me feel better in general, because I would rather think that if I find bird shit on my car, that it had purpose.
It's doing it
rather
with
than
a certain
they just
reason.
didn't care.
Yeah. Well, now you know. Well, let's see. Going to Longbeard Pointy Hat Man? Okay. Pointy Hat Man's yard is a bird paradise, complete with baths, fountains, and more seed dispensers that you've seen in any other place. He's always mixing seed batches just right and placing them outside. The one downside is that you must be careful, because he often tries to get you to take seed out of his hand directly. One time, a couple years ago, he dressed himself in branches and mud, with precious seed in his outstretched hand, and almost got you. Since then you've been wary of him, but can't seem to stop visiting. The seed is that good.
The hell?
The seed is strong.
Ew.
You know that he has many different kinds of birds inside his house, and a large cage in the yard with bigger foreign birds inside. You feel sorry for these birds. There's nothing much you can do about that. You look down into the yard and notice Longbeard is wearing his usual long robes and making colorful smoke explosions with his hands, also as usual. Suddenly he notices you, points, and spreads what must be a new seed recipe along the bird bath. It's bright blue and pulsating with light. When he's a safe distance away, you swoop down to investigate. The seed mix smells ethereal. You've never seen as fine of a seed mix in your whole life. But the swirling colors are making you hesitate. You glance up at the bearded man, who puts his hand to his mouth and blows at you for some reason. Should you sample this heavenly mix? No way. This seems strange. Go to page 2. Oh, hells yeah. This is some fine seed. Go to page 3.
Hells yeah.
I'm afraid. I think he's going to turn us into a woman and make us live in his house with him. Is that a weird thing to think?
I mean, that's an oddly specific thing to think.
I don't know.
Very specific. Do you guys need to rock, paper, scissors?
Right. No. Let's eat the seed. We'll save the scissors for later.
You shouldn't tell me what you're picking now.
I always choose scissors.
Okay, so eating the seed. You cannot seem to resist the colorful seed and scoop some greedily into your beak. The explosion of flavor is insane. This is definitely the best seed you've ever had. It's so good that you feel like you might faint. Wait, something strange is happening. You feel very woozy and weird. The scenery all turns white and you pass out. When you come to, you realize the beard man is standing above you smiling. Your body hurts and you can't quite move. You begin to panic. You had quite a fall there, little birdie, the man says. You nod and realize that you'd understood what the man said. You never thought humans were actually saying anything, just making little grunts and screams at each other. Did that seed make you able to understand their language? Here, let me help you up there, the man says and reaches for your wing. But he doesn't grab a wing at all. He grabs your hand.
Uh-oh. Me and Megan think the same. It's funny because, like, this is happening, and then during the werewolf story, my ultimate goal was to be my boyfriend, and then that's what happened. I love it.
You panic and try to fly away, but you're so heavy and have clumsy people limbs and you fall back down. The man reaches for your hand again. Listen, I can explain. I'm a wizard, and today I've completed my greatest spell to date. Come inside the house and I can help you. To go inside the house, turn to page 4. To break free and try to get away, turn to page 5.
I feel like we're naked. We can't just
get away.
You want to get away?
Yeah.
You don't want to go inside and see what kind of delicious victuals he's made for you this time?
I mean, he's already transmogrified us. I don't know that it would get better by going inside with him.
Might get some clothes.
Besides, now I can work some real art on the red face band spot.
It sounds like we're finally at the point where we have to rock, paper, scissors. Finally. Up to choice 2.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Paper.
Right, we got the same.
I said paper. But you did
I know,
rock.
but I said paper. This is an audio.
Did you want me to win?
No. I said paper.
Do you
okay.
need to do it again? Or...
Yes.
Okay.
That was really confusing.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Scissors!
Rock.
Damn it!
Oh.
Running away.
Did you know?
Yeah, you were going to pick scissors?
Yes.
Yes. I assumed you weren't going to the first time because I just made fun of you for it.
Oh my god.
And then I was like, well, she's going to pick scissors now.
That's exactly what I thought. How did
We're all
you
mind
know?
readers here.
Yeah. All right, fine. We're going to run away.
All right. Running away. Oh, hell no. This weird beard is giving you the creeps. You summon all the strength you have in your clumsy new body and run.
Wait, Megan, did we say it like Will Smith would?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hell no. Welcome to Earth.
All right, sorry. Continue.
You may not have the form of an Olympic athlete, but you get the job done. The adrenaline pumping through your system gives you all the speed you need, and soon you no longer hear the calls of, "Wait, come back, I'm cool. You don't know what you're doing." You're soon exhausted and lost. You look up and notice you're in the middle of a busy street. There are a lot of open-mouthed humans staring at you. You're feeling very uncomfortable and wonder if it would be a better idea to find a nice, shady area and build a comfort nest to regroup, or if you should attempt to fit in with the humans in this moment. To build a nest, turn to page 10. To fit in, Turn to page 11.
Nest.
You don't want to try and fit in?
Nest.
I'll give you the nest.
All right. You're way too stressed right now. You have to go build a nest and regroup. You sprint away from the crowds and into a nearby park. You're familiar with this place, more so with the branches and the tops of the picnic tables, but still. You set to work gathering twigs and branches. Your new hands are very useful for gathering a lot of brush quickly, and in no time you have all that you need. You try using your spit to stick the nest together, but it just isn't the same. Looks like you'll have to use spider webs and mud. You gather what you need and munch on a few spiders and crickets along the way, and soon enough you're sitting pretty in your fun new nest. You nuzzle your head under the crook of your arm and doze off to sleep. When you wake up, you realize the new nest is so comfortable, you find yourself wanting to spend a few more days on it, and then a few more days, and a few more. The humans in the park seem to know about you after a while, and bring you not only crumbs, but entire pizzas and bread loaves. They also bring soft things to wrap yourself in, and most everything you could ever need or want.
Yes.
You don't even have to leave the nest. Years pass and you remain in place, never having to leave. Not that you could even if you wanted to. Your limbs have atrophied, and you're much too fat to even pick yourself up. As long as those pizzas keep coming, you won't have to. The end.
Yay! Kind of.
Happy ending.
Yeah. I mean, I wish people would make me pizzas. Well, everybody bring us pizzas. Send them to strangepass at Gmail. Wow. Well, what should we do now? Do you want to go inside his house, or do you want to try to
to fit in.
Okay. Fit in.
Fit in. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Okay. Page 11. You've got to try to fit in. And if you do, everyone will stop staring at you. You think about the people you've observed, and remember Red-Faced Man. Of course! You start screaming about how beautiful all the art around is, and gesticulating wildly. You grab anything you could find and throw it up in the air, all while maintaining your angry screams. The people are backing away from you. It's working! You think to yourself. You're about to continue on your way when suddenly a man in a dark blue uniform grabs you by the arm. It's okay, come with me, ma'am, he says. You try to fit in harder and scream and flail more, but it doesn't work out. Whoa, we gotta tase this one, says the man. Soon all goes dark, and you wake up in a white room with a tight, comforting vest on. In years to come, you'll be known as the Bird Woman, and will make soft nests of old clothes in your room that the attendants give you. You're fed a few times a day, and you have finger paints to make your art with. It's not so bad. Every once in a while you try to scream and flail, but you never try too hard. A soft nest, food, and making beautiful art are all you ever really wanted. The end.
Also a good ending.
So good.
Mm-hmm. What? We got room and board. We get to
we're crazy.
Express ourselves.
Well, they think we're crazy.
Creatively.
But we can't fly.
Yeah, you can. Just got to get a ticket.
You're so dumb. Okay, so I guess we're going back in the house. Or we can just not eat the seed at all.
Yeah, we could not eat the seed, or we could go with the self-proclaimed wizard.
I mean, he did turn us from a bird into a person.
He did.
He could have found those seeds.
He didn't find shit.
We didn't know that he made them.
Well, yeah, he may have found them, but he had to know what they were and where to go. Paul, we can debate this all day and all night, okay? Do you want to either not eat the seeds, or do you want to go into his house?
Let's go into his house.
All right.
All right. You're scared and don't know what else to do, so you take the wizard's hand. Unsteadily, you get to your new feet and stumble across the yard with his help. You notice the birds in the aviary are very still and watching you, but you can't read their expressions. You finally make it.
Oh, God.
You finally make it inside and collapse on a chair. You're pleased to find your surroundings are very comforting. There are sticks and general brush covering the floor, and all the chairs are vaguely nest-like. On each side table rests a bowl of seed, and many little birds can be seen hopping around the floor. You wonder why they're not flying to get around, and the wizard answers you as if reading your mind. I had to clip their wings to protect them. I'm afraid they'll hurt their heads on the ceiling. He points upwards, and you notice a great deal of metal stalactites up there. He stoops to pick up a bird and grabs it before it can hop away. Oh, yes, we all love each other here, he says while nuzzling the bird. Though beaks aren't capable of frowning, eyes certainly are, and you notice the bird isn't super happy.
Ooh, no, he's weird.
Now listen, I know this is all new and frightening for you, and I promise I'll explain. But now, you must go wash up and put these clothes on, like this. He mimes how to put on clothes. You've always assumed people had strange fur, but it's actually some sort of separate covering. Wizard Man helps you into a bathroom, and shows you how to use the sink, and then leaves. Finally alone with your thoughts, you know you have to make a plan, but you get distracted in the mirror. You've often seen yourself in clear water in cans, and you were so beautiful, but now you have human features. It's true that your new face vaguely resembles the previous one. You still have a nice sharp beak and feathery hair, but it just isn't the same. You think about all those birds inside his house and aviary and grow sad, and start to panic. Should you lay low and put on the clothes given to you, and see what the wizard wants like he's asked, or make a break for it and set free all the birds?
Well, first, I just like to think that had he not shown us how to use the sink, we would have just, gotten up on the counter and, stepped around it, tried to dip our head in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a good way.
Also, I'm curious what he wants.
Yeah, I want to know what he wants.
Because I'm assuming it's sex.
It's always sex with these.
But it could be something else. I don't know.
Maybe he needs a date to the ball.
I need a date to the ball.
Needs a chick.
A little chickadee. Yeah, we'll play along for now.
Yeah. We'll put on these clothes.
We'll wash up even though we're not really dirty. We're just born.
We're just born, yeah.
Just newborn babes.
Baby born?
Baby born, baby born.
You decide it may be best to lay low for now, and do as you're told so you can ground yourself. You slip the clothes over your head as instructed, and open the door. The wizard falls to your feet. Seems like he must have been spying on you.
Oh my god.
You push down the feeling of revulsion creeping up your spine, and step into the hallway. You look absolutely stunning, my dear, he exclaims with clasped hands. Allow me to show you your sleeping quarters. He leads you down the hallway and opens the door. The room is filled with suspended branches and brush. Elaborate glass bowls filled to the top with quality seed sit in every corner, and in the center of the room sits the biggest bird nest you've ever seen. Perhaps the birds from the prehistoric world could have nested here. You look at the wizard quizzically. This is actually my room, precious one.
Oh, God.
You shall be sharing this with me, indefinitely.
No, it's sex. He wants that.
You see, I tried for years to find a suitable wife, but human women lack a grace, a certain poise that birds possess innately. He grasps your hand rather forcefully. You are to be my wife, and as such, you'll have certain wifely duties. Some should be obvious, cleaning, cooking. You'll learn these in time. And then there's, of course, the obvious. He wiggles his eyebrows at you lewdly.
No.
And in addition, there's a rather strange one. You see, that magic seed mix you ingested? Well, it wasn't my first attempt. You'll need to do a bit of caretaking for, well, I'll have to show you. Would you like to get straight to more intimate details? Or go down to the basement to see what, or who, or what you'll be taking care of?
Oh my god, does he have a basement full of women?
Well, okay, do we want to bang right now, or do we want to go see the women?
Yeah, which one?
Oh, which one do you want?
See, I don't know, how open to new experiences are we?
I mean, he seems like a douche, though. Well, he is.
He's a creepy weirdo, yes, I agree.
A good guy.
Anytime you have to clasp your hands together when you're talking to someone.
Huzzah! I'm just imagining Tobias.
And that's not someone anyone should.
And Lindsay is kind of bird-like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the basement.
You want to go to the basement?
I don't really want to get intimate.
You don't want to ride those eyebrows?
No. No, do you?
No.
Do we need to rock, paper, scissors again?
No. We can go to the basement.
No.
I just assumed that we're going to see some bird-human hybrids.
Yeah.
You fight back nausea and clumsily bark out, "The basement!" The wizard looks slightly disappointed, but nods. Yes, I suppose we'll get this part out of the way so we can get to the fun stuff. He winks at you awkwardly by holding one of his eyes open with his fingers.
Oh my god, it's so sensual.
You shudder and follow him down a spiral staircase. It's dark at first, but as your eyes grow accustomed to the dim light, you recoil in horror at the sight before you. Wretched creatures of all misshapen forms twist and writhe in their separate cages and tanks. They appear to be various ratios of bird to human. Some are mostly human with one bird-like attribute. Some are mostly bird with human facial features. And some might be bird or human, but inside out.
Oh, God.
And lastly, you notice what's illuminating the room is not a light at all, but one of the creatures. It's a very sad-looking bioluminescent human bird. It notices you looking at it. It brings its feathered hands up to its head and mimes shooting itself.
Oh, God.
You throw up all over your feet in the hem of the wizard's robes. Oh, that's all right, my dear, he says, while shaking off the vomit. He gestures around the room. The things we do for love, eh? And he chuckles softly.
Yeah, all of us do that.
Once a week, you're to come down here and sweep out their cages and feed them a mix of tacos and seed. I keep wanting to just let them starve to death, but my heart is just too big. And that's not all, mind you.
No.
He says with another assisted wink. Since you're down here, you might as well get started. Shovels in the corner, and if any of them try anything, guns over there. After you're done, just wash up and I'll be waiting.
Oh
he loves for you to wash.
Yeah, he really wants you to wash.
He ascends the stairs and leaves you alone with them. You have to do something about this. Sure, you've done stuff like snip a worm into two for fun, but this is beyond cruel. What should you do? To free them, turn to page 12. Put them out of their misery with the gun, turn to page 13.
Gun.
I mean, they didn't do anything.
Stephanie, one of them clearly wants us to kill it. Spoilers, but don't you remember the end of The Fly?
I remember.
Yeah.
And that was gut-wrenching.
It was.
That's why I'm at...
But it needed to happen.
You don't
Brundlefly?
How do you not have any feelings about this?
I do. And my feeling is do what's right for them. It's hard for us, but it's the best thing for them.
I don't know what to do.
Gun.
You want to play rock, paper, gun?
Oh.
Gun always wins.
Gun's gonna win. What if I choose gun?
No. That just means we choose gun.
Alright, we'll choose gun. This is so upsetting.
All right. These mutants are too grotesque to continue living. Where in the world could they go? You grab the gun in the corner and aim it at the first creature. All right, it moans and spreads its feathered arms as if to embrace the bullet. You shoot. Me next, another one cries. No, me, squawks yet another.
Oh my god.
You shoot them one after another. Oh, hell yeah. Kill me, woo! And various other celebratory exclamations can be heard. After they're all dead and quiet, you think about what awaits you upstairs. Without much thought at all, you put the gun into what used to be your gorgeous beak and pull the trigger. The end.
Oh god. But that way you can't kill him, so he can't keep turning birds into women.
Look, you were there. You saw what shit we saw. How could we live?
Yeah, I know, but how can he live? He's just gonna do it some more.
Maybe we ate the last of the seeds.
Nah, that was a whole bowl. What do you want to do now? Let's just not go. Let's not eat the seeds. Let's just erase time. Okay, let's erase everything.
Okay.
Or do you want to see what weird sex stuff he wants to do to us?
We can go back and not eat the seeds. That's fine for now.
Okay. So not eating the seeds at all. All right. You don't trust those
try and fuck us as a bird.
Oh my god.
You fly off without taking a taste. You figure there's some good crumbs around the pizza dumpster nearby, so you fly over there and voila! Someone has dumped an entire pizza on the ground. It's a bird-rat frenzy all over the place, and you dive into the happy madness. You fill yourself with pizza, and all your cells are celebrating the great choice you've made. You even got some contact info from the handsome pigeon with the gorgeous oil-slick chest. He's gonna look really good flying next to you in the sunshine. Maybe you can even do some art together. The end.
Oh, that's such a sweet ending.
But now we have some loose ends to tie up.
Oh. There's only really one, isn't there?
There's have sex with them.
Let the creatures out.
Yeah, let the creatures out.
Right.
And
well, I think if we let the creatures out, we'll go upstairs and kill him. Let's let him out.
Okay.
Or do you want to do sex stuff first so that we really get really angry?
It seems like you want to save that for the end, so let's save that for the end.
It's going to be so upsetting.
So you want to let them out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, not the sex.
Right. Okay. You can't stand this. You immediately go to the cages and start opening them. One by one, each creature crawls, slithers, flaps, and indescribable motions starts moving up the stairs. Out of curiosity, you find them or follow them and watch. They all move towards the wizard's bedroom where he's waiting for you. Done so soon, my... You rush over just in time to see all the creatures in a circle, pecking and punching him to death. One of them unhinges its jaw and begins sucking down a leg. There must have been a lizard in the mix somewhere, you think, as you continue to watch in amazement. Soon there is no wizard left at all, just a robe and a strange, greasy stain on the floor. The creatures surround you and pet your hands and feet and grunt some form of thanks and all slither outside. You follow them just in time to see them ooze into the sewers. Maybe they'll find creatures somewhat like themselves down there, you think happily. Unsure of what to do, you decide to remain living in the house and caring for the little birds still inside. At least for a little while. The end.
Alright. He's dead!
Yay!
Oh no.
He's dead.
Now we have to go do stuff to him.
Well, no, wasn't there one other choice?
Oh.
Because, when we were down in the basement, we had a choice of killing them.
Or letting them out.
Was that the same choice? Because I thought there was a choice of we could go get dressed or let them out.
No, we could go get dressed or we could...
we didn't escape.
Right, we could escape. But that would probably lead to the crazy one, right? It was like you either get dressed or you leave the house.
Wait.
When you're in the bathroom?
Let me see. Oh, okay. So that was either do what the wizard wants you to do or free all the birds and run. That one?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Let's do that one. I don't want to get to the
free the birds?
Yeah.
Okay. You just gotta free all those fellow birds. Their sadness and terror is palpable. You point weakly behind the wizard and say, what's that? Duh, he says and looks behind him. Quickly you shove him with all the power you can muster, and he falls over. You don't hesitate and run towards the front door, vaguely aware of the wizard rocking side to side saying, "My pelvis is broken." You fling it open, and the birds start hopping madly outside. You run around to the aviary and fling various doors open. Parrots, owls, and larger birds of prey fly out. You notice the indoor birds hopping too slowly away, and a small red wagon full of seed by the house. You grab the wagon, scoop up the handfuls of 4 little wing-clipped creatures, and toss them lightly in, and head for the nearby forest. For the next couple of months, you hide out with the birds while they regrow their feathers. After that last bird kisses you on your nose goodbye and flies away, you're unsure of what to do. You can't go back to the wizard's house, or go back to perching on telephone wires, so you begin walking aimlessly. You walk for days, and finally you see a building and a fenced-in area ahead, and hear the sweet sounds of birds. You knock on the door, and a friendly man answers. He's surprised at first at your lack of clothes and mud-covered body, but you start a conversation. You discover that this is a bird sanctuary for abandoned pets. The man suspects from your reluctance to explain your origins and appearance that you've been abused and feels sorry for you. And so he gives you a job and a place to stay at the sanctuary. After some years, you're a co-owner and have successfully rehabilitated hundreds of birds into the wild. The end.
Nice.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But what about all the ladies in the basement? Oh, God, you only have one choice left.
Where to go? It's time.
All right, wedding night.
Okay.
Here we go. You're too stunned to know what else to do, so you agree to go into the nest room with the wizard. You stand awkwardly in the doorway, and he walks around the room, softening the lights and putting on a recording of bird mating calls. Just make yourself comfortable, my dear. I'll be with you in a moment, he says in a freakish sing-song voice. He goes into the bathroom, and you begin to panic. You've got to find a way out of here. If only you hadn't been tempted by that delicious seed. Wait, the seed! What would happen if you ate it again? Couldn't hurt to try. But first, you have to get rid of the wizard. You grab one of the decorative bowls of seed and wait outside the bathroom behind a pile of branches. An eternity passes and you stand there with the bowl raised above your head. You're sweating so much, and it's such a strange new sensation that you're almost too distracted to notice the man emerging from the bathroom. Tweet, tweet, my lovely one, where are you? He's dressed completely in a crotchless feathered onesie.
Oh my God.
Holding back puke, you crash the bowl over his head. He passes out immediately, and you run outside, leaving the door open in case anyone else wishes to escape. The glowing seed bowl is still where it was before. You bolt over to it, and begin cramming your mouth with an amazing amount of seed. Something's happening. You feel woozy again, and pass out. As you come to, you're immediately alert. Hesitantly, you look over at your wing. You're a bird again. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. As fast as you can, you fly into the skies and never look back. The end.
All right, we didn't have to do anything. Although that crotchless onesie sounds pretty intriguing.
I didn't make you have to have a wedding night.
Yes.
I wrote like an X-rated.
Wow. I was like, what is going to happen?
Just kept going and going. Yeah.
And then this happened.
Or, I don't know, the worst I was thinking is it could be like that book you made me read about the geeks.
Geek Love?
Oh, yeah. Geek Love, like that? Great.
Well, I was thinking about the scene where...
No, I don't want you to talk about it. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, like, these two characters are in the throes, and the guy finishes, and she describes it as, like, what, like a cockroach, like, laying its eggs inside her.
God.
That's not the scene I thought you were talking about.
Oh.
But I don't want to talk about it anymore.
There's a lot of stuff in that book.
Oh, it's...
Yeah. It's interesting.
I mean, I like the book.
Yeah.
But those particular scenes were just...
They're hard to get through.
Yeah.
Well, that was a great story, Megan.
Yay.
Yes, I loved it. It was... Yeah. I mean, it made me feel some things.
Yeah.
Because, like, revulsion and curiosity, joy, you know.
Yeah. The whole gambit. Sadness. Embracing your mortality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Well, I didn't. You did. You were so ready to embrace that gun, weren't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
a little too eager.
If I was a horrific human bird creature that couldn't do anything.
Ever heard of a harpy? Sounds rad.
I don't think they were harpies.
Some of them were.
They were trapped in the basement.
Someone was a harpy.
Someone was a harpy.
That's herpes.
You're thinking of herpes, actually. Oh my god. You're so dumb.
So, if you have scary bird facts that you'd like to share with us, or other musings, you can email us at strangepathspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, or tweet them at us at strangepathspod on Twitter.
Or you can email me and me alone.
Also all of us.
Yes. All of your sexual bird-related fetishes. general X-rated stuff at bozosglowglobes@gmail.com. This week we have a question from Anthony.
Anthony!
That's right.
Long.
That's a weird way to say Robin.
Robin didn't want to write us this week, so we're not giving it the spotlight.
Yeah, it's Anthony's
Bleep
time.
out her name.
Yeah.
Alright, the question is, what's your opinion of deviled eggs?
Oh,
I always
good.
eat one at Thanksgiving, and I regret it immediately. I guess I don't understand all the hoopla. On that note, what's your favorite preparations of eggs? Any tips or tricks from non-food uses for eggs? I'm gonna have to come down upon you like Thor's hammer here. Because I love deviled eggs so much. In fact, I ate 3.5 deviled eggs in the last 24 hours. That's true.
well, you know what, Megan?
What?
I hate deviled eggs.
Ugh.
They are vile. I don't understand.
Suck them
We've
down.
talked about it, Megan. In fact, we see a counselor for it, but
Oh, God.
she just won't budge.
What's wrong with her?
Awesome. They're gross.
I like them. I will say, though, like, have you ever had a deviled egg where, I don't know what you even call the stuff you put inside the deviled egg, the filling, is, like, really dry?
They didn't put enough mayo.
Yeah.
Because,
I have
I'm just
not.
saying, like, that can definitely ruin a perfectly delicious, perfect deviled egg.
Maybe
Got a
Anthony
little
hasn't had
too
the
much-
right ones. Like,
A little
Yeah.
too much devil in that one, huh?
Also, maybe the problem is only having one.
yeah.
It could be an acquired taste.
I eat
It's
at
not
least,
worth it, Anthony.
At least 20 eggs worth of deviled eggs in every sitting.
40 egg, like 40 times you have to eat that.
Yes.
It's the smell and the smooth.
Oh, so smooth.
Yeah, the smell, the smooth.
Oh, the smooth. I mean, maybe like half the time I make them, and I do it the super southern way, put pickle relish in there, and it's really good. If you don't like it super smooth, put some relish in it. It's great.
The whites are so smooth.
So smooth.
What was it that you were talking about? Was this like smooth as eggs or something in your bozo story?
I have no
We were
idea.
talking about something that was released.
You know
Patrick
that
Stewart's
specific
head,
thing
or
from months ago.
I don't know.
Well, it was like when you were massaging your polyps. I don't remember. Anyway.
I
hate
love
it.
eggs. Just like rubbing their smoothness all over my lips, like chapstick.
God.
And did you say that he wanted tips for non-food uses?
Non-food uses and favorite egg preparations. I mean, deviled eggs is certainly one of them. Just straight up boiled. Pickled eggs? Just put your boiled eggs in the pickle juice after you're done with all the pickles. Oh, God. It's great.
You know, one style that I've been wanting to try a lot lately is like where you get a ramen bowl that has like a poached egg in it.
That's
I've
good.
never had that.
That's a good one.
It seems like it'd be really good.
I can't be involved in this conversation because I don't really like eggs at all.
So good. So smooth. So right. Non-food, you can just take your eggshells and sort of like hot glue it to the end of your fingers and have some nice talons. You know, if you're going out for the night, you want to feel extra safe. Make some jewelry out of it.
Oh, actually, I did hear a good egg tip.
Tell me the egg
It was
tip.
like, I'll tell Megan.
Oh.
I'll tell you. So apparently, if you cut yourself and you can't get to the ER right away or whatever, you can crack open an egg and like peel the membrane from like the inside of the eggshell and put that on there.
All right.
And it'll help.
And you don't have to go to the ER anymore,
Well, sometimes you don't,
right?
but do.
I've also heard you can take that same membrane and like use it like a Biore strip.
Really?
Yeah.
Gross.
But it's okay to put it on your open cuts.
Yeah. I mean, if it's an emergency.
Also, you can fill your bathtub full of cracked raw eggs and squirm around in there and just say, like, squirmy worm. You know? You don't need to go to Lush. Just fill it full of eggs. You're going to be looking great.
I mean, you can smash them all over your hair and make your hair nice, right? Put
Yes.
some mayonnaise or whatever.
Yeah.
Or if you're feeling
as long
lonely,
as you don't rinse.
you can just
You
build
don't ever rinse.
You can build like a life-size man out of various form of eggs, like scrambled for hair, like boiled for eyes, and just take yourself on a date with them.
Yeah,
go to
that
town.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Or you can see how strong you are and see if you can crush an egg with your hand.
Oh, I can crush so many eggs with my hands.
Just by squeezing it.
Oh, okay. That way.
And remember, every day, 4 dozen eggs to keep you the size of a barge.
Yeah, roughly.
Or 2 dozen if you're just starting out.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Gaston ate a bunch of eggs.
That's what she's talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Look at that physique.
Very hot.
That cartoon physique.
Oh, that Adam's apple.
Oh, shit.
Look,
yes,
all I'm saying...
Didn't it explode a belt?
Yes, it did. That's all because of eggs.
Well, that was his choker. All I'm saying is you can tell that the actor who played Gaston in the live-action version didn't eat 4 dozen eggs a day.
No, he did not.
Uh-oh. That's not
critique.
Yeah.
Every morning, whenever you wake up, if you go ahead and down 12 eggs, it really hydrates you, and you're ready for the day. Don't drink the lemon water. Just drink all the eggs. It's all you need.
Yeah. But, just crack open the shell and then just suck it out like an oyster.
Yeah.
Right?
Like a snake or whatever.
Yeah.
Does
and make
that.
sure you get a couple little shards of shell in there, too.
Right.
To really strengthen your esophagus and everything else.
And as you get more comfortable with it, what you can do is tilt your head back, open your mouth, and one hand crack egg after egg into your mouth. And once you get all 12, wiggle your tongue around to mix it up.
Oh,
and then you can just, it's one smooth drink.
Oh my God, so disgusting.
Ooh, and one more I can think of. If you smear a bunch of eggs all over yourself, including under your armpits, Anthony, it acts as a deodorant, but also it smells like pheromones. So whatever sex you're trying to attract, bam, you got them. They're going to try to date all over you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I don't think Anthony thought we were going to have any egg suggestions.
We have a lot of egg
Instead, he
tips.
got the most thorough egg suggestion.
I bet you we could come up with more if we wanted to. We sat here long enough.
Okay, yeah, here we go. Bunch of boiled eggs on a skewer. Pretty cheap dildo. And snack.
No.
Yeah. That's right, Anthony.
And if you chill them first, they make great anal beads.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
Well, you need the firmness.
Well, I feel like you should get little quail eggs for that. Unless you're really experienced.
Maybe if you need to work up to something.
Yeah. Stephanie. Not the expert.
Oh, damn. Fine. All right. Well, I'm so happy that Anthony emailed us.
Yes. We love you, Anthony.
I'm so happy when anyone emails us, especially Anthony and Robin, our best emailers ever. And Leah. Right?
And, if you're not Anthony or Robin or Leah, feel free to email us.
Yeah,
we have
email
all
us
this
whatever
knowledge.
you want.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want to hear our direct answers, you could always just leave us a review on iTunes.
Yeah, and a star rating.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe, I think they start at 5.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, we hope to catch you next time. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.